Hi, today I'm going to read a book called The Man Who Didn't Wash His Dishes, and it is by Phyllis Krasilovsky. There was once a man. He lived all alone in a little house on the edge of a town. He didn't have a wife or children, so he always cooked his own supper, cleaned the house by himself, and made his own bed. One night he came home hungrier than usual, so he made himself a big supper. It was a very good supper. He liked to cook. He could make good things to eat. But there was so much of it, and he grew very tired by the time he was finished. He just sat back in his chair as full as he could be and decided to leave the dishes in the sink until the next night. Then he would wash them all at once. But the next night he was twice as hungry, and he cooked twice as big as a supper, and he took twice as long to eat it, and he was twice as tired by the time he'd finished. So he left those dishes in the sink too. Well, as the days went by, he got hungrier and hungrier, more and more tired, and he never washed his dishes. After a while, there were so many dirty dishes that they didn't all fit in the sink. So he began to pile them all on the table. Soon the table was so full that he began to put them on the bookshelves, and when the bookshelves were full, he put them just everywhere he could find an empty place. Soon he had piled them on the floor too. In fact, the floor got to be so full of dishes that he had a hard time getting into his house at night. They were even piled up against the door. Then one night he looked in his closet and he found there wasn't one clean dish left. He was hungry enough to eat out of anything, so he ate out of the soap dish from the bathroom. It was too dirty for him to use the next night, so he used one of his ashtrays. Pretty soon he'd used up all the ashtrays, so he ate out of some of the clean flower pots he found in the cellar. Then they were all used up, so he ate out of candy dishes and he drank water from the vases. Wow. Finally, he had used up everything, even the pots he cooked his food in. He didn't know what to do. He was so unhappy. His whole house was full of dirty dishes, dirty flower pots, dirty ashtrays, dirty candy dishes, dirty pots, a dirty soap dish. He couldn't find his books or his alarm clock or even his bed anymore. He couldn't sit down to think because even his chairs were filled with dishes, and he couldn't find the sink so that he could wash them. But then, all of a sudden, it began to rain, and the man got an idea. I wonder how he's going to solve this problem. He drove his big truck around to the side of the house, and he piled all the dishes in it, and all the vases, and all the flower pots, and all the ashtrays, and all the candy dishes, and the soap dish, and he drove the truck out into the rain. The rain fell on everything, and soon all the things were clean again. The rain had washed them. Then the man carried everything back into the house, put the dishes in the dish closet, the pots in the pot closet, the ashtrays on the tables, the candy dishes on the shelves, the flower pots in the cellar, the vases in their places, and the soap dish in the bathroom. He was so very tired after carrying everything back, putting it away, that he decided from then on he would always wash his dishes as soon as he'd finished his supper. The next night, when he came home, he cooked his supper, and when he'd finished eating it, he washed the dishes and he put them right away, and he did this every night after that. The man is really happy now. He can find his chairs, he can find his alarm clock, he can find his bed, And it's easy for him to get into his house too, because there are no dishes piled on the floor or anywhere. Thanks for reading with me today. See you later.